Chicago leading by 7. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. And there's Robin Lopez. And it's Taj Gibson. And it's Butler in at the small forward. Boston shooting from the field. 44%. Not bad.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely. And even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, one of the players Boston really wanted when they traded Rajon Rondo to Dallas a couple of years ago was Jay Crowder. And since Crowder arrived in Boston, it's been a culture setter. Arriving in the midst of a losing streak, he said, "I lost my mind. I pulled Coach Stevens to the side and asked him, what are we trying to do here?" And Crowder wasn't done. He went to the front office and to teammates. He said, "I play to win." Kevin, he'll accept nothing less.
Great stuff, D.A. Thank you. Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic and improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
The Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Brown is checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Bradley. The free throw off from Lopez.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Thomas kicks to Horford. Horford sets a screen for Brown. Thomas outside. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
When you talk about ball movement, player movement offensively without moving the ball, one of those underrated qualities, Smitty, which players do you think are the best in the league at cutting off the ball and moving that way?
You know, Jimmy Butler's very good. Klay Thompson is a guy that can move well without the basketball. Gary Harris from Michigan State, guys that can score without having it in their hands, which is a treat. You have J.J. Redick, who moves well without the basketball. Doesn't cut as much, but move without the basketball is one of the best.
You know, I always think of Jordan, and you played against Michael, of course. I always saw him as a guy that would pass when he did, but then he would cut him. He would immediately bang right off that player and set up someplace else. Some guys pass, they linger.
Yes.
And they're not, but Jordan, and he would explode after he would pass and try to take advantage of that
movement.
movement.
Guy comes to mind, Kevin, Manu Ginobili. He's like he's passing it and running at the same motion.
And it's what a quality.
Yes.
Huh? So deceptive.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Wade. Another one falls for Chicago.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
You know, it's been a combination of their efforts at both ends of the court. They have played a truly complete basketball game.
That's good from Mirotic on the assist by Wade.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating, and they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, he has to get his offense moving again. It hasn't been bad, but it could be much better.
Some changes for Chicago. Gibson comes in for Portis, and it's Doug McDermott in for Jimmy Butler. Then for the Celtics, Crowder comes in for Zeller, and Bradley subbed in for Green. Now here's Smart. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
They're not on the same page. They look totally lost out there.
Nice shot by McDermott.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Option 1, 2, and 3 is to shoot the three ball, and they are shooting them from everywhere.
Now here's Smart. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. The Celtics making a switch here. Thomas is checked in.
Isaiah Thomas.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And Bradley gets it to go.
He's kept them hanging around in this one thanks to his play. He needs his teammates to step up, though.
Now the Bulls with it. It's a 21-2 run. Totally rolling here. No good from Gibson.
I like the aggressiveness, but against that type of defensive pressure, he's out of his element.
Outside Thomas. There's the pass to Bradley. Fires the three. No good there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Bulls running away with it. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action.